Good morning, Cameroon. Good morning, Africa. Good morning to everyone tuned in at this particular point of time to take part in the reality TV talk show, My Media Prime Television, your favorite. We talk societal issues, we talk societal issues as a whole. We are here to develop our communities. We are here to impact lives and to bring in that change which we all want. I want to wish you all a happy New Year 2021, because this is the the first official edition of 2021. Considering that we had a short break there, and we are really blessed to be here is due to the incessant grace of God, and not because we are very worthy of it. Many people could not have transcended or transcend to 2021, but we did, and we are grateful to God for his marvelous works in our life. Today is going to be exceptional because we have beautiful people in the house who will be here to educate you on what they are all about. And when it will be time for us to introduce them, I'm going to do that. But just stay put and chill and join the conversation. Remember to go to our Facebook page, like, comment, and share. You can as well drop a message there, and we're going to leave it right here on the platform. Our WhatsApp number is as well on the screen. You can also SMS us through the telephone number you find down there on the screen. And remember, the programs run every week. This 11 to 12:30 p.m. A rebroadcast is at 2 a.m. every weekdays as well. It's 100% bilingual, and I want to say bonjour à tout le monde à la maison. Soyez scotchés, et c'est déjà le programme in the house. Now, I'm going to start my presentation with this beautiful lady in the house, our French queen, and she looks gorgeous in her beautiful African regalia this morning. Good morning, Gladys.
Bonjour, Aileen.
Wow, bonne année encore.
Merci, bonne année encore. Tu sais, c'est la première édition depuis janvier, direct. Et puis bon, c'est effectivement, c'est l'occasion de dire bonne année.
Bonne année. Gladys, I love what you're wearing. I think
thank you very much.
To come on set one of these days with something.
Yeah, it's very important. I told myself that I need to start this year.
2020 Africa.
Yes, with the African wears. That was the intention. And I did it, and I thank God for that.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Bonjour à vous qui me regardez à la maison. Oui, c'est In the House, votre talk show favorite. Effectivement, c'est l'occasion que nous avons aujourd'hui de vous dire bonne année. Oui, bonne année à vous, et on espère que cette année sera florissante. Oui, pour ces personnes-là qui n'ont pas pu réaliser ce qu'elles avaient prévu en 2020, c'est l'occasion de commencer aujourd'hui. C'est pas demain, c'est aujourd'hui. N'attendez pas que ça va vous tomber du ciel. Non, ça ne tombe jamais du ciel. C'est à vous de commencer à mettre le train en marche pour que le Seigneur favorise ce que vous faites. La Bible dit qu'il bénit l'œuvre de vos mains. Alors, commencez à mettre quelque chose et il mettra du sien à l'intérieur. Donc, je suis resté connecté parce qu'aujourd'hui, effectivement, on va parler de quelque chose qui va booster beaucoup d'entre vous, qui va vous permettre d'être un peu plus centré sur les autres que sur vous-même. Parce que j'ai l'habitude de dire, la richesse commence lorsqu'on arrête de s'intéresser à soi, mais à s'intéresser aux autres. Alors, restez connectés et surtout, continuons à pratiquer Ubuntu.
The great words of wisdom there. Thank you very much, Gladys. Yeah, if you are somebody who doesn't think about the other, then you have nothing. It's like you've missed your purpose on earth. So always try to think about the other, and wisdom streams in from them. Now let's move on to the guest in the house. I'm going to start with Pastor Thomas Akosia, who is the founder and managing director of Light Outreach Foundation International in Bamenda. Good morning, Pastor Davey.
Good morning.
I feel really blessed to have you on the platform today.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you're going to be hearing a lot from Pastor Akosia and what he is about and his foundation, Light Outreach Foundation International. But let's also welcome Mr. Teke Kobi Philemon, who is the project coordinator, and he has other caps on his head he's wearing. He's going to be telling us, still in line with the non-governmental organization Light Outreach Foundation International. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam. I'm glad to be here with you today.
I'm also very glad to have you on the platform.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Well, I believe we are going to have a perfect program today.
Of course.
To making sure that our communities are going to have what they intend to know.
Of course.
About community development.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Sir Teke Kobi, as I call him. All right. And today I'm just going to give you the topic for discussion. It goes thus: the role of non-governmental organizations in community development. The role of non-governmental organizations in community development. Now, I'm going to give Gladys the microphone to translate for the French family.
Merci beaucoup, Aileen, pour l'opportunité. Effectivement, aujourd'hui, on parle du rôle des ONG dans le développement des communautés.
Yeah.
Quel est le rôle des ONG? C'est ça, en fait, dans le développement des communautés. Quand on parle de ONG, ce sont des organisations non gouvernementales. Donc, quel est le rapport dans le développement de nos communautés? C'est de ça qu'on parle sur le plateau d'Indira en ce jour.
Of course. Thank you very much, Gladys. Well said there. Now, I'm going to give Teke Kobi the opportunity to tell us what his NGO is all about and how they function.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is an opportunity for us to tell you what Light Outreach Foundation International, with its name, that goes with LOFI. So we are a foundation that seeks to ameliorate the living conditions for the underprivileged. Is a dream that was founded that was conceived some 6 years ago by my director, Pastor Thomas. So when he conceived the dream, he shared it with a good number of friends, relatives, and so we are here today to show Cameroon and the world at large that we are here for the community, because our goal is to develop the community, to make life better for those in the community, to give hope to the hopeless. I want to believe we stand by our Christian doctrine and our Christian following, which is to give hand to the needy. So in short, Light Outreach Foundation is an organization that came up to give hope to those that actually are suffering. Okay. So in brief, that's what Light Outreach Foundation is all about.
Thank you very much. Now, Pastor David Akosia, where did you get the inspiration from to begin this amazing, or set up this amazing NGO? Because I know of a little of what you have been doing so far, especially in 2019. Can you tell us?
Thank you again. Maybe I will say it's a long story.
Okay. Maybe you cut it short.
Yes, I know. You know, normally NGOs, there are two kinds of NGOs. There's the people, a lot of people do NGO for business.
Okay.
NGO can be a business. And that's where you see people who run NGOs, and then they get projects, and they get people to work for them, and they sign, maybe they're earning $1 million, but what they actually give them is 100,000. Maybe they have projects for 10 million, and what the population, what the society or the community gets is just like 2 million out of the 10 million project they wrote. But there's also the people who do NGO as a passion, as an assignment, as something you went through, and then you feel, oh, this is what I'm facing, this is what I went through. I want some people to come out of this kind of a thing I experienced, because maybe God took me out of it, hard work took me out of it. Mine was as a result of an experience. 2005, 2007, I lost both parents.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my dad died 2005, and between 2005 and 2007, before mom died, we had a difficult time. Very hard life with mom. My mom had cancer of the brain. She was blind, she was paralyzed, she lost memory. And we stayed in Hôpital Central in Yaoundé for 9 months. and we couldn't pay bills.
Wow. That's
to the point where the director of the hospital just helped us. He actually told us go for free. You know, within that time, I remember one of the occasions we didn't have food. We were not eating. Mama was on drips, and she had not eaten for like 2 days. It was difficult. We were practically eating maybe bananas. We couldn't afford food. And one of the days, she took off the drips from her hands and then left out of the hospital. The doctors came. We began to look for Mama. Mama had stepped out. We didn't know where she had gone to for 1-2 hours. Then about 3 hours, Mama is coming back with a black polythene bag, the wrapping, and she had gone to beg for food in the locality of Yaoundé so that we could eat. And what brought out tears from my eyes, and one of the things that gave me this passion, is what was inside the wrapping. You know, since she was blind, she begged for food, and when Mama gave her this, what they call nan-tari turning cocoa, as they call it, she turned in the black wrapping. Went to the next neighbor who gave her rice and granite soup. She put us in the same wrapping. Then the third neighbor gave her, I think it was conchaff.
Then she in the same
wrapping without knowing. Then she brought it because not for her to eat, she wanted her children to eat. When she passed on, I understand how widows, the kind of pain widows go through. I saw the pain from my mom, and I understand the kind of pain orphans go through. This pushed me in 2014 to come up with this, with Light Outreach Foundation, so we can restore hope to widows. I understand the pain a lot of widows, orphans. I know a lot of children you see on the street today, what we call street children, came because they went out there so they could furn. Those days I had advanced levels, and I tell you the truth, nobody could give me 50,000 francs to go to the university. University school fees was just 50,000 francs. I couldn't afford 50,000 francs, so I was forced to do petty businesses. I used to push truck, used to carry water on my head to sell pop-off, just so my younger ones and my mom could eat. So I came out with this vision to help such people.
Wow. That's a very touchy story there, Pastor Kosia. Thank you for sharing with us. Let's take a first musical bite. You're going to hear a lot more from the CEO of Light Outreach Foundation and the coordinator, the project coordinator, and you can send in your reactions already concerning the topic of discussion. Okay, if you have any questions for them, do as well to send them ASAP. We'll be back after the music break. All about community development, our focus for the day, with two guests here in the building to educate us more on the role played by non-government organizations in community development. Shout out to you, Akko, John Akko. He says we are watching together. Many thanks for indicating there. Now, Gladys, the role played by non-government organizations in Cameroon geared towards development or community development. Can you give them a pass mark? Is it satisfactory?
Je voudrais déjà commencer par dire que les ONG au Cameroun en particulier ont un problème de comment je vais dire, de soutien, d'aide.
Support.
Oui. Ils ont d'abord ce problème-là. Parce que c'est l'une des questions que j'aurais aimé poser à notre invité pour connaître les différents défis qu'ils rencontrent en tant qu'ONG au Cameroun. Il faut le dire, les ONG au Cameroun ont beaucoup de défis. Déjà, sur le plan même pour l'enregistrement de ton organisation en tant qu'ONG, c'est un défi à relever. Si tu n'es pas quelqu'un qui est vraiment déterminé, je t'assure, tu vas arrêter à bout de chemin. Donc c'est pourquoi la plupart des personnes, c'est d'abord poussé par une vision. C'est-à-dire la vision de peut-être vouloir aider, de vouloir... je vais dire c'est un mandat en fait. Parce que si pour toi ce n'est pas quelque chose qui t'a été mandaté, à un moment donné tu peux te décourager et déposer les armes. Parce que c'est quelque chose de vraiment pas aisé au Cameroun. Pour dire que est-ce qu'on va leur accorder du crédit, moi je vais dire... pour beaucoup de personnes, il y a beaucoup de personnes qui ont des ONG, mais qui ne sont pas humanitairement orientés. C'est-à-dire, ils ont leur argent, Ils ont la possibilité de créer une ONG. Alors, ils créent une ONG pour avoir un peu plus d'argent. Et bizarrement, ce sont ces personnes-là, ces ONG-là qui ont des aides. C'est une mentalité que je n'arrive pas à comprendre. Que c'est là où il y a déjà de l'argent que les gens se précipitent à aller donner du support. C'est quelque chose que j'aimerais véritablement comprendre. Mais je n'arrive pas jusqu'ici. Voilà. Donc, ces personnes-là, ils ont des possibilités, c'est-à-dire d'avoir des finances, des financements. Et ça leur permet, en fait, d'avoir encore plus d'argent. Et vu qu'ils ne sont pas orientés, humanitairement orientés, ils sont plutôt orientés vers leur personne. Cette aide-là ne va pas effectivement sur les personnes qui ont besoin. Parce que le but, c'est quoi? C'est que lorsque tu as une organisation, c'est pour aider un groupe d'individus. Parce qu'il y a des personnes qui ont un mandat pour aider les orphelins, il y a des personnes qui ont un mandat pour aider les veuves, il y a des personnes qui ont un mandat pour aider, je sais pas moi, des prisonniers. Chacun a son mandat. Il y a des personnes qui ont un mandat pour l'Afrique, pour le Cameroun. C'est pourquoi on va avoir des ONG panafricanistes. Pourquoi? Parce que leur mandat, c'est pour aider l'Afrique. Donc, chacun a sa vision selon le mandat que Dieu lui donne et selon le poids qu'il ressent dans son cœur. Quelle est la peine que j'ai dans mon cœur en fonction de telle ou telle situation? C'est par rapport à ça que son mandat et son aide est orienté dans l'ONG. Donc, on ne peut pas véritablement voir les résultats au jour d'aujourd'hui parce que ces ONG qui ont véritablement le cœur, c'est-à-dire qui sont véritablement orientés vers l'être humain, ne sont pas supportés. Donc, du coup, elles triment avec les ONG, elles souffrent avec ces ONG, elles font du mieux qu'elles peuvent, il faut le dire. Elles font du mieux qu'elles peuvent, mais ça ne peut pas véritablement avoir l'impact parce que les gens ne soutiennent pas la vision. Les gens ont du mal à soutenir la vision. Peut-être parce qu'ils se disent que, ok, je vais peut-être mettre mon argent ici, ça va peut-être permettre à cette personne de s'offrir une vie de luxe et tout ça. Et ils préfèrent aller donner dans une ONG créée déjà par quelqu'un qui a des moyens financiers. Or, le plus important, moi je dis souvent, lorsque tu veux faire une aide, il faut te rassurer que ton aide va arriver vers la personne appropriée. Ça ne sert à rien de faire une donation qui ne va pas servir à la personne dont toi tu voudrais aider. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Tout est spirituel avant d'être physique. Donc, si tu as ton argent, je vais prendre un exemple banal. Tu as peut-être tes 3 millions de francs CFA. Tu dis, ok, je voudrais aider peut-être, je sais pas moi trop quoi. J'ai le poids des orphelins, peut-être j'ai été orphelin ou quoi que ce soit. Je voudrais mettre ça dans une ONG qui s'occupe peut-être des orphelins. Mais je voudrais aider peut-être un orphelinat. Alors, tu rentre dans ton coin secret, puis tu commences, tu fais ta prière, tu demandes l'orientation parce que c'est très important. Beaucoup de personnes ont un problème au jour d'aujourd'hui et je peux les comprendre à dire que ok, moi je vais pas donner mon argent à X ou Y parce que la personne ne va pas aider peut-être ces personnes-là. C'est à raison, mais pourquoi c'est à raison? Parce que ces personnes-là elles-mêmes ne cherchent pas à faire des investigations pour se rassurer que la personne à qui je donne mon argent va effectivement résoudre ce problème. C'est facile de le savoir. Quelqu'un qui a le poids humanitaire, c'est facile, c'est très facile de le savoir. C'est-à-dire dans sa vie au quotidien, tu peux le ressentir. Dans ses actions au quotidien, tu peux le ressentir. C'est pas quelque chose, c'est pas une grosse mathématique en fait. C'est pas une grosse mathématique. Tu peux le ressentir. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je préfère donner mon argent dans une ONG gérée peut-être par une grande personnalité. Peut-être qu'après cela, la personnalité peut me permettre d'avoir des marchés et continuer mon business. En fait, ça devient une chaîne de business en fait. Tu vois un peu? Et du coup, à la fin, ces personnes-là qui sont dans le besoin, ces personnes-là qu'on est censé aider, on ne les aide pas. Pourquoi? Parce que, en fait, on ne donne pas nos dons pour, je sais pas moi quoi, pour aider ces personnes, mais on donne ces dons pour nous aider nous-mêmes. Pour nous aider nous-mêmes. C'est pas pour ces personnes, c'est pour nous-mêmes. il faudrait qu'on sache que telle personne a fait ceci et qu'il faudrait que la personne qui a l'ONG là sache que c'est moi qui ai fait cette chose. Comme ça, je peux aller me placer peut-être dans son secrétariat et puis on me donne un marché et ça me permet d'avoir aussi, je sais pas moi, un bénéfice. Et la personne aussi va avoir son intérêt à dire ok, voilà le genre de personne à qui je dois donner des marchés parce qu'à fin de compte, elle va venir toujours donner sa part, sa quote-part dans mon organisation et ça continue à faire une chaîne où les personnes défavorisées elles-mêmes n'en profitent pas. Les personnes défavorisées elles-mêmes n'en profitent pas. Pourquoi? Ça reste maintenant une chaîne de business. Donc c'est pourquoi c'est le petit malaise qu'on peut retrouver là. Mais je dis une chose, c'est que moi j'ai l'habitude de dire que si tous les Camerounais décident d'être des entrepreneurs, ça va être un plus pour le Cameroun. Si tous les Camerounais décident de dire ok, je ne vis plus pour moi, mais je vis pour aider telle ou telle personne à s'en sortir, je pense que ça va faire un boom économique dans ce pays. J'ai dit au départ que la véritable richesse commence lorsque tu arrêtes de te focaliser sur toi, mais te focaliser sur les autres. Parce que c'est en ce moment-là, effectivement, que tu commences à faire la mission qui t'est donnée sur cette terre. Oui, parce que si tu te focalises uniquement sur toi, on va te donner, je sais pas moi quoi, 1000 francs que tu vas utiliser. Il y a quelqu'un qui m'a fait un témoignage l'autre jour, il me dit, il y a des gens qui, lorsqu'il a un billet de 1000 francs, il a planifié tellement sur ce billet de 1000 francs, jusqu'à ceux qui connaissent ce qu'il va faire avec ce billet de 1000 francs jusqu'à vendredi. Du coup, il n'y a pas un 5 francs qui peut être sauté pour donner à quelqu'un qui vient lui dire, ok, j'ai besoin d'une pièce de 100 francs pour acheter un beignet. Il n'y a pas ce 100 francs là pour cette personne. Parce que la personne a déjà planifié sur son 1000 francs jusqu'à vendredi. Et d'où vient le problème? Lorsque tu es incapable de sortir ce 100 francs là, tu ne peux pas avoir plus. Tu ne peux pas avoir plus. Tu vas rester sur ta planification de ton 1000 francs que tu as planifié jusqu'à vendredi. Tu vas gérer ton 1000 francs jusqu'à vendredi. Or, la personne qui a eu l'intelligence de dire, ok, il y a cette personne qui a besoin de 100 francs. Ça ne me coûte rien d'enlever ce 100 francs et lui donner. Je vous assure, c'est un principe de vie. Ça se multiplie chez cette personne. C'est un principe de vie. Donc, il faut le crédit accordé aux ONG aujourd'hui, c'est vrai, la balance est déficitaire. Mais je crois que si chacun d'entre nous décide de dire, ok, je ne me soucie plus de moi, mais je me soucie des autres, et puis je mets la main à la pâte en fonction de l'ONG qui correspond à ma peine, aux besoins d'aide que j'ai à l'intérieur de moi, ça va aider beaucoup de personnes.
Thank you very much, Gladys. Before we talk about the challenges NGOs go through, especially in the country as they strive to step up the standards of living of the underprivileged, Teke Kobi, you guys handle so many issues with the IDPs. You work with the IDPs. The Anglophone crisis, I think, has exposed you people more to the very vulnerable of persons in the two Anglophone regions, which I see you reaching out, both in the Northwest and the Southwest region. How has it been so far?
Pretty much it's been a whole house of challenges. And taking into consideration the kind of operations we are doing, and within the time that we are operating, we face challenges. First and foremost, accessibility. We have this accessibility challenge, how to really access, to really meet with these people,
get into the enclaved areas, to meet those really in the bushes, those that are really affected.
That is it. So most of the times we go the extra miles to go distances in order to access these people. But that notwithstanding, there are also some challenges. You know, we are an organization, and because we are there to create that impact, we are struggling in such a way that we have this challenge of maybe coming up with appropriate finance to really give in to these people what really they deserve. Because the little we have, we are just struggling to just bring just the small that we can put to the table. So the challenges are numerous as they are glaring, but I want to say we have been up to the task so far, and we have been moving ahead. At least I thank God for the director I'm having. He's that kind of a person that in as much as the challenges are there, being a pastor too, you know,
it plays a very important role.
Yeah, very important
in reaching out
to beef up the other staffs, making sure that we really beef up to these challenges.
Yeah, the body and the spirit, you know, needs to be one to reach out to do what you guys are doing.
Then also, you know, I mean, when we are talking about accessibility too, let's not forget the fact that we, especially when it concerns the 2 English-speaking regions, let's not forget the fact that we need to really pass through, even if we want to pass through certain places, we need to pass through administrations and then through the security forces. Most of the times we face challenges going through these security people because they themselves don't really understand the goal, the objective behind your mission
to do. And
they don't really know. To them, it seems as if we are also like
beefing up the crisis that is going on, or the separatist fight or something like that.
But with that, we are hoping that because we've been talking to a good number of administrators, we are hoping that such a thing will not be facing such problems again. So those are some of the few difficulties we have been going through.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Pastor Akosia, she talked about support coming in from, I don't know, maybe governments, maybe other partners or well-wishers. How has it been with Light Outreach? Have you people been able to get support from maybe the government and partners? Is it really difficult to reach out to them, or them coming to you guys?
When she was talking, I thought maybe she's an NGO person, or maybe she will be one of them. I see that she really has a good understanding
of how it works.
Entire thing, how it really works. Through this, a lot of challenges. Normally, community is to be done by the government. The NGOs should come in to complement. That's what it should be. Now, but when you get to a
community development.
Thank you. But when you get to a country where the government really doesn't have, I would say, a lot of interest for the people, that's why you see majority of the work will be done by the NGOs.
Yes, which is what is happening right now.
Okay, then it becomes very challenging because the simple truth is the person who can reach the people are the NGOs. Now you have some of the big NGOs like the UN, Caritas. Sometimes they come and they end in the big cities. But the people who really need this help are the people in the villages, those local areas. And sometimes they don't get there. Like you heard Mr. Philemon talking about the fact one of the challenges, sometimes we want to get to those areas. We've been to Bafut, we've been to Awing, we've been to Wedicombe, we've been to Bafochu. You know, sometimes we get to where we get to the lion's mouth and take off the sheep from there, and sometimes it's so challenging.
I know,
because especially with the crisis, even in the francophone zones, finances has been one of the major challenges we've had. Now, like Light Outreach Foundation, we've not had any support yet. We had the support. I want to use this platform to say thank you to the Minister of Social Affairs. She's doing a great job. First, she's trying to see that NGO, the private ones, they get their documents, authorizations. Then 2018, she gave, I think, 10 of us a subvention for orphans to go to school. But see the challenge, it was 1 million francs for every one of us. It was given, we signed the documents September. Students had to go to school September. That money came, that was September 2018. It has to go through the treasury before it gets into your account. Now this is Cameroon. That money got into our account August 2019. When children have finished school.
That's 1 year after.
1 year after, when they are done with school. Okay, you say yes, maybe I should use it for next academic year. For that.
Exactly.
So if I was waiting on that money, the children shouldn't go to school. So there's that challenge. That, and then number two, like you said, ma'am, sometimes reaching out to some of the big NGOs who can come in with support is a challenge. You see, the people who really reach out, last year, December, we gave out food to over 700 widows and orphans. Now that's a lot of money. And you have people who really want to help meet out. I have one of my mentors, it's the Aya Aya Foundation. They've done a lot.
I know about them.
Ayaya Foundation, the people I look up to, they've done a lot.
Yeah.
But if you see, before the support comes in, it's a whole challenge. It's a whole problem. Before you get access to the ones who can trust you, sometimes they trust the big guys, like you said, just so that they can have connections from them, and then sometimes the whole money runs within them, and then they know the whole game, and then they, I will say this on this platform, a big NGO met me, so okay, we want to partner with you. I was excited, like, wow, good partnership.
Yes.
But the later on gave me a condition, like I was going to sign a document that shows that we've been working for long. Then number two, I was going to sign, they wanted to send me, I think, about £1 million, but let me sign to a document that says I received about 15 million.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
That's
terrible.
Now, I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
Genuine one. Number one, I do humanitarian work because it's a passion.
Yes.
I do it because scriptures demands it.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 16, he said, let your light so shine so men can see your good works. So it doesn't suffice preaching the good work. That's the challenge I have with a lot of
talking and
with a lot of churches. I say that even in my church all the time.
Yeah.
We talk, we preach a lot, and yet we don't see what
we are doing on the field.
Yeah. You see, you can't be a church and you're in the northwest or southwest and you haven't done anything to an IDP.
No.
What are you doing there like a church?
Yeah.
You collect money, let's say Thanksgiving coming, alms coming, tithes coming, and the people
give, and even in church,
you have to reach out to you. What do you do with that money?
And they get home, they can't eat.
Yeah.
So it's really been a challenge financially. That's why our foundation decided that this year 2021 we want to engage in activities that can help us. Normally in the article when you're creating NGOs, is one of the things they give you the platform to do. You can create activities that can generate funds to support your NGOs, and it's one of the things we really want to do this year.
I think that's the best idea, because to just wait that okay, let me partner with one and others, it's not going, it's not working.
No,
so
it's not.
The most important thing that NGO have to do now is to look how they can produce by their own self.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that the part that is really sure for me is agriculture.
Right.
Yeah. That if each and every NGO have a good plantation that they are doing,
right,
and they can transform what they are doing, it will help a lot for them and help others.
Just to add to what she said, you know, but one other challenge we have with that, because when I started Light Outreach Foundation, the first thing I did was I had this idea. I started off with a car wash. Personally, I used to work there. Sometimes I go to church, I come back, I work. You know, about 8 guys who were also orphans. We clean cars, and they were making good money. But before you know, even the same taxation.
That's another thing.
Irrespective of the fact that you are an NGO,
right? Now I want to go to the fact that it returns. I think a lot of Cameroonians generally, even administrators, have no clue of the articles that governs NGO.
That's the big problem.
We had a challenge. We're going to Widikun for humanitarian work, and before we used to import bags of rice, because from 2016, 2014 when we started this, I can't count the thousands of number of bags of rice that were given out. We used to take the imported rice, but this time I decided that I will use our local rice, Ndop rice, so that I promote our
own made in Cameroon.
I bought over 200 bags of rice from Dop, and they transported it from Dop to Bamenda. Now we have to take this rice to Widikun for the humanitarian work. Here this policeman stops us. He wants us to show him documents that permit me to carry rice from Bamenda to Widikun. I said, this is Dop rice. Now, if it was imported rice, that's
something else. It's like taking food from your farm to the market.
That you have imported.
Okay, no, that's not enough. I now take out my authorization from the Minister of Social Affairs. I present it. I have the right given to me by the minister to do humanitarian work, so that I should go to Cameroon wherever I can pay. And then the man tells me, moi, je ne prends pas l'ordre au ministre des Social Affaires sociales. Moi, là, c'est qui? Je prends l'ordre à mon arraché, as he said it. And who is this Arashi? Means that maybe his delegate or maybe the general or something, as they will say it. You see, but so he has no idea. You had a fight and I was telling him, I know this thing better than you, sir. And then they began to threaten us there, and we have to pay because they have no idea. Well, this is the man who should even support me. I'm like,
exactly.
let me help you for this thing.
Yeah, get to
you want to help our people, they are suffering.
Yeah.
They've gone through an attack, and then you're taking bags of rice and mattresses.
Everybody wants to feed
wants you to pay them because they feel you got some money from UN or from. Would that mean that was our pocket money?
So that's the thing.
The mentality of most Cameroonians, everybody is trying to benefit or feed from the earnings or hard work of another person. Now, Pastor Akozia, community development cannot be done without skill development and training. I see you guys doing little or more in this domain. Can you tell us more about it, how it's going with mostly those IDPs, orphans, and widows?
Yes, one of the things I believe and I stand strong on, based on my testimony, is teach someone how to catch fish and not just give him fish. If you see us, the little things we do, what we give out as food, we give it to old widows. If we have to give food to a widow, it should be a widow above 50, or even 60, where we are sure you can't do something. But the ones below 50, this is what we do. You come up with projects, and then we sponsor up the project, especially farm projects, like you said. Now, the ones which are not in farm projects, we come up with trainings. We actually started this in 2017, where we have experts we bring to teach them on entrepreneurship, on how to start up small businesses. How can I start up a business of 50,000, 100,000, then grow in the business? Then we bring up other experts who teach them on how to be accountable, how to keep accountability, because one of the challenge of the Cameroon youth or entrepreneurs is accountability. Somebody brings you a good business plan or project, and the moment you pump in money, there's no accountability and the money is lost. One of the things we do. Then the next, since we've also focused on the girl child, one of the things we do, we want to train them to be self-dependent. How can I produce liquid soap, powdered soap, oil, basic things which are commonly used in the market? So that's what we've been doing. Like last year when we were in Widicum, we actually trained over 200 widows. That was November last year.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. 200 widows on how to produce bathing soap. We have an expert on that. She's superb. If she teaches you how to produce bathing soap, you will never use pharmacy. It's good, very natural, and very medicinal. So we taught them how to produce bathing soap, how to produce powdered soap, which is what we call Omo. The real one. Now the only thing these other guys have is packaging. Then she taught them how to produce rubbing oil, good rubbing oil, good for the body. So with that, if you're a widow like the ones we have in Widicum, if not the financial challenges, normally we do that and then pick up a little amount of them, maybe 5 to 10 or 20, depending on the amount. Because sometimes when we train them, people come up with projects for say 1 million francs, 500. But the smaller the amount, the more of the people we pick out. Because the highest we can go is 1 million. Then we give them, empower them. Then we have a team that follows them up to be sure that they are accountable and that they are serious with the things we train them in.
Just to come in with what my director is saying. When it comes to the field of training, we want to believe we don't only focus ourselves in the maybe empowerment and skill development, personal skill development. We are going a long way in making sure that we partner with training institutions where very young persons, very young dependent persons can go to and obtain real hard skills. Real hard skills and soft skills that can better their own lives when they are growing up. For instance, we are having about 300 students being trained in maybe handicraft and small trainings like that, and we also have some already in classrooms that are being trained to maybe those that have other dreams.
Yeah, probably carpentry, welding, and all of that, hairdressing
in them. And when you ask them, they even tell you that I would not like to go to school. I would like to be trained so that at maybe 1-2 years, I'm already productive on myself, and I can also start helping others. So we go a long way to doing that. And also we are going formal too. When we identify those very brilliant students or those very brilliant children, we make sure that they go to formal education, where they also can have equal access for job opportunities.
Yeah. Now, what's your main challenge in this domain? And if government can step in to support, how will you want government to support you?
First and foremost, let me talk about the challenges. We are looking at because there is really fraudery when it comes to how to access these people.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, people really tell you they are orphans, of which they are not. People tell you maybe
they are IDPs when they are not IDPs.
Even if they are IDPs that are well-to-do.
They are privileged IDPs.
They are privileged IDPs because I'm also an IDP.
I'm an IDP, so we all are IDPs, but privileged.
When it comes to that domain, people fake identity too much.
Yeah.
So we have looked for a mechanism where we can always do background checks.
Yes.
Background checks, we do it repeatedly to making sure that these particular persons that we are bringing into this program are persons that, even if not 100%, but at least 60% needing this program.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if the government is to come in to help us in this aspect, first and foremost, we would like the government to give us access to send the student to official school programs, so that they can do these programs with government scholarships, so that it can be free for them. We can only follow them as they are progressing within their studies.
So it means these students chip in a little for the trading, or you cover all the... They don't chip in anything.
We cover everything.
Okay.
So for example, we're in the refugee camp in Nigeria, and we discovered that they have thousands of women, the young girls, and most of them were ready to do what they call tailoring. So we got back to Bamenda, bought machines, then got identified the ones who are already good in that, then get them the machines and ask them to train. So actually the training is going on, which will be done by June this year, and there are over 100 of the young girls that we pick. We could just take 100 for ourselves or not, because after that we can't let them this way. So we are thinking between now and June how we can afford 100 machines and the basic things, at least for them to start up with the tailoring or something.
All right.
In line to that, not because we most of the times we want to concentrate on the girl child. Reason being that when you look at the girl child, there is a popular saying. They say, if you sponsor a girl child, sponsor the nation.
Exactly.
So we are considering the girl child in so much so that sponsoring one girl child, because I come from a family where pretty much our upbringing today is thanks to a girl child, thanks to our elder sister, and he knows very well. If we can do that, we go a long way to helping the community. But this is how we want to do it. Like now, we have launched a project this 2021. This 2021, we want to train 1,000 girls.
Wow.
And these 1,000 girls, we will train them, we'll give them opportunity to compete in projects. That is send in projects they have written, send in projects they are willing to work on, and then we are going to assess these projects. And if we have assessed this project, we'll look at those that are feasible. Those that are very feasible with relations to our communities, and we're making sure that we sponsor these particular people towards that need, and we are getting towards 100 girls to be sponsored this 2021 from south, from north to south, and from east to west. We want to touch the entire territory. We don't want to concentrate only within the Anglophone regions. No, because if we want to concentrate around the crisis-stricken regions, there is also crisis in the north.
For sure.
So we want to really
spread your tentacles and reach out to all 10 regions of Cameroon.
All 10 regions of Cameroon. That's what we are struggling to do.
Thank you very much, Teke Kobi and Pastor Kosia David. Let me get some reactions from those online. Afina Afino says she's watching with us. Thank you very much. Acha Zita, hi to you. She says she's watching. This is my bro. Okay, I'm sure that getting you. Good morning in the house. Good morning to you too. He says, God bless you, my people. God bless you too, Acha Zita. And this one says, the faith of the church and NGO has been tested during this time of war. Who understands their job description is what we are taking notes of. Good information there, and thanks for all you do. All right, thank you very much. That's Anita Eno reacting there. Thank you very much. Now let's talk something else. It's the coronavirus, and we all know that as days goes by, more infections with the new variants are spreading in most European countries and the US as well. Some American countries are also badly hit once again with a new wave of the infection. So global figures are telling us today that 90,731,722 persons have so far been infected with coronavirus since the outbreak, and we are counting 1,943,984 deaths, and recovery 64,874,255. Now let's do the math. Currently infected persons are 23,915,510, and those in mild condition 23,806,951. That constitutes 99.5% of the figure, and we have 108,559,000. That constitutes 5%, making those in serious or very critical condition. It's a call once more for us all to respect the barrier measures against the coronavirus pandemic. Put on your face mask when you're stepping out of the house, going to public places, the market, supermarket, and churches. Make sure you sanitize. Yes, it's important in the absence of water, but the right way is to wash your hands under running water, clean running water for 20 seconds. Take some time off to use the soap, massage right into your fingernails and get the dirt off, because coronavirus is not a hoax, it's a reality, and together we can kick out the pandemic. Keep your reactions coming. We are moving on to something else, and it's going to be gossip with Gladys. Don't go anywhere.
Retour à vous sur le plateau de In the House. Et oui, c'est le moment de gossip, hein? Mais aujourd'hui, on va commencer notre gossip avec une vidéo. Vous savez, c'est un problème camerounais. Il faut qu'on le résolve ensemble, ok? Donc, Desmond, si tu es prêt, envoie-nous la vidéo avant qu'on revienne faire le grinding.
Ok.
Bon, apparemment, Desmond n'est pas prêt pour la vidéo. Je ne sais pas pourquoi Desmond n'est pas prêt pour notre vidéo aujourd'hui.
En tout cas, tu peux commencer.
De toute façon, on va commencer. Ouais. Parce que le gossip d'aujourd'hui concerne la monnaie au Cameroun.
La monnaie change.
Okay. Au Cameroun. Wow. C'est un problème qui est terrible.
C'est terrible. C'est terrible.
En fait, c'est à suffoquer. En fait, c'est à suffoquer. Je vous assure, on est parti du problème de manque de pièces à un problème de manque de billets.
I think one day we have to talk about
J'ai l'impression que ça se multiplie et puis ça fait un business.
Ah ouais.
Oui. Ah ouais. Ça fait un business aujourd'hui. Si tu veux la monnaie, en fait, tu dois donner quelque chose.
Tu dois payer pour avoir la monnaie.
Attendez que je vous explique. Donc, attendez, je vous explique. J'étais sur la moto. Et la personne avec qui j'ai bâché avait un billet de 10 000 francs. Wow. Donc, on arrive à la station et le motoman demande 2 billets de 5 000 à la station. Vous savez qu'au moins à la station service, on nous faisait la monnaie. Mais aujourd'hui, maintenant là, c'est autre chose. Le pompiste lui dit, mon frère, je n'ai pas la monnaie. Mais si tu veux la monnaie de 10 000, tu vas me donner un jus. Hein?
Jus, c'est-à-dire
tu vas me donner un jus de 500.
Wow.
Eileen.
500 francs, so
I confuse. Hein? Like really?
Yeah.
Il dit oui, si tu veux la monnaie de 10 000 francs, tu vas me donner un jus. En fait, je n'ai même pas la monnaie sur place, je vais seulement aller chercher. Bon, ce que j'ai pas compris, c'est qu'effectivement,
lui aussi il a fait la business.
Lui, effectivement, il a pris les 10 000 et il s'est avancé. Bon, la question que je veux poser, c'est comment est-ce que quelqu'un peut abandonner sa pompe pour aller chercher la monnaie et puis revenir prendre son jus. Donc,
ok, is that the vidéo?
Oui, ça c'est la vidéo, c'est l'intervention des personnes.
Même d'abord, il y a ma grosse caisse à la maison de monnaie depuis peut-être 5 ans. C'est rempli là-bas, je ne partage pas. Et bien, c'est moi casser ça dans 10 ans si je suis encore en vie. Donc nous-mêmes d'abord, nous sommes chiches avec la propre monnaie. Donc on garde, personne ne veut donner d'abord. Donc autant de choses. C'est à l'État de voir vraiment parce que s'il fallait que ça reste entre nous, parce que ce n'est pas nous qui fabriquons la monnaie, c'est l'État qui nous fournit la monnaie. Donc c'est à eux de revoir cette situation, de créer plus de monnaie et de voir la situation des Chinois qui viennent nous prendre la monnaie, c'est pour amener dans leur pays. Eux, ils vendent ça comme les tomates, je ne sais pas. Donc autant de choses.
Pour la petite monnaie, normalement, le gouvernement camerounais doit voir d'abord pour les taper, que les Chinois mettent dans les bars là. On doit d'abord annuler ça. Parce que c'est à cause de ça qu'on n'a pas les pièces. Le taper là. Il faut que l'annule d'abord ça. De deux. Il faut que le gouvernement revoie encore le problème qu'on ne peut pas faire monnaie, ça fait peut-être 10 ans, on ne le fait plus d'autres. Il faut que la monnaie, on laisse la monnaie circuler.
La petite monnaie, c'est fait rare parce que, dans chaque coin, chaque carrefour qui se trouve, il y a toujours les points de tous les balais là, dans les coins, auxquels les 100 francs que les Chinois ont placés dans les petits points, les 100 francs, on verse toujours dedans. C'est ça qui fait que les pièces de 100 francs.
Voilà donc, c'est un gros problème au Cameroun.
I think people who are banking money in the house, what we call bank, how can you be banking coins?
Elle a dit qu'elle a sa caisse et sa caisse va rester là comme ça pour 10 ans. 10 ans, Eileen. 10 years.
Really?
Like really, Eileen.
Who does? That woman
My direct elder brother.
Yeah.
He does that too?
He has a very big knot. His own is very big.
Yeah.
And his own is 500. So then you are the one holding the money back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like how many years?
His is, I think it's like 3 years now.
Jesus.
Very big.
What does he want to do? Like that woman is saying, what if you die tomorrow?
We are not wishing anybody death.
Elle va casser ça après 10 ans. Si elle a
encore vivant.
Ce sont ses enfants qui vont se casser.
But how can you stocking change and you're just comfortable about it? Because that is not somebody who does business like me. I do that, but it cannot be. Sometimes even 1 week, I come and I open the thing and I remove. I go and use. I come back and see
le problème de la femme là. Son problème c'est que les Chinois aiment prendre la monnaie, ils partent avec. Et puis le gouvernement ne veut rien faire. Donc si les Camerounais décident.
C'est que le gouvernement va faire. Non, that's
that's true, but we want to look at it too, but you see that it's a means of saving too. Those micro savings.
Yeah.
And maybe she has gotten a vision that maybe by that time
she can build a house.
She wants to realize maybe she wants to build a house. Maybe she wants to raise up a business.
It's interesting and it's unfortunate that we cannot solve this particular problem because how do you get into people's houses to start checking who is keeping a bank filled with 100 francs, maybe 50 francs or 500 francs coins in their numbers?
There are many out there. That they are making the money to work.
Right. Yeah, it's circulating.
It's not just keeping in the bank.
That's capital stock there.
Keeping
no interest and nothing.
Like for real, who does that?
And people are suffering every day. Have you gone to the market to do shopping and you can't buy maybe let's say fruits because they cannot give you 200 francs.
Cannot. At times you change. Buy something,
or even you take a taxi. You can stand on the road for an hour just because you don't have 200 francs coin or 250 francs coin to pay a taxi.
Like yesterday, I was in the Total shop I bought for about 600 or so.
Yeah.
Then the lady said, est-ce que tu as 300?
That's what happens in most of our supermarkets.
And then she said she can't serve me.
They're not bothered about it.
Almost 7 times, like, what?
It's unfortunate.
Most of times we just buy other things.
Yeah, you're forced to. That is, I think we need to take a day off to talk about this particular change issue on this platform and find strategies to fight against it. But then I want to say thank you to Pastor Akosa and Teka Kobe Philemon for coming. Do you have any last words before we take part of you? I know that we'll be hearing more from you guys because 2021 we are doing great business together.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say Cameroonians, get ready for 2021 because we want to really empower 1,000 women.
Wow.
And not just women in a way, with few men, so young guys.
Of course, the men are always
and that will be
involved.
for in the 10 regions. So from March, every month we'll have a training in one of the regions.
Okay.
Then empower the end. We'll pick 10 best projects.
Yeah.
And then sponsor them, empower them, follow them up, so they can become entrepreneurs. They can become great and help others.
All right.
Number 2, widows, get ready. If you're watching us live or online and you have a widow who is really in need, because also like one of the challenges which Mr. Philemon said we have is identifying the real people.
The real people, yeah.
So please, if you know any of those people, you know any widow who is really in need or an orphan, you know this one is a brilliant orphan, but doesn't have anyone to send to school. I was very brilliant.
Okay.
I wrote my O-levels in Form 4. I didn't go to Form 5.
All right.
But my father fell sick. I was in lower seat. I began to struggle while in the hospital. I had my advanced level, and I couldn't go to the university because no one could give me 50,000.
Okay.
So I told myself, if it means selling my last pair of shoes to send an orphan to school, I will do it. So please, if you have an orphan who is really in need, a widow, you can get to
us, get to my media prime.
Get to my media prime and they will get to us.
Of course. Thank you very much. Next time probably we'll get your number out there. But for now, just do with what he has said. Get to us through the number you find there on your screen. You have a video, an orphan who is badly in need of help or support, going to school, finding a trade, learning a skill. Contact us and we're going to reach out to them. Many thanks to the both of you for coming, and keep doing what you're doing. God bless the great work. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring in 2 of our beautiful ladies, and we take more of your reactions. Cooking that is left.
Pendant les fêtes, il n'y a rien de plus magique que de vivre de bons moments en famille. Alors, chers abonnés, fêtons ensemble et profitez de 15 jours offerts à tout Canal+, pour tout réabonnement.
Mesdames et messieurs, qui veut danser?
Partez à la découverte de mondes merveilleux et vivez de grandes aventures en famille.
J'hallucine. Je suis content que ça te plaise.
Sois gentil, chaton.
Oh, j'adore les histoires qui finissent bien.
On va passer Noël ensemble. T'es prêt pour qu'on profite de Noël ensemble?
Vous désirez vous coiffer ou vous refaire une beauté, perdre du poids, obtenir un stage ou une formation en esthétique et coiffure? KLMF Fashion a la solution pour vous. Situé au centre équestre derrière le consulat face direction témoin de Jéhovah, KLMF Fashion vous offre des services tels que la vente de thé amincissant 100% naturel qui favorise votre système de santé, la vente de compléments alimentaires 100% naturels de la compagnie Yikong International permettant de prévenir les maladies cardiovasculaires, la nutrition et le nettoyage de la prostate entre autres. Coiffure mixte pour hommes, femmes et enfants, pédicure et manicure, onglerie, massage, soins de visage, sauna et bien sûr un make-up professionnel. Alors n'hésitez plus, contactez le 699 11 13 34 671 25 58 29 ou encore le 655 76 56 91. KLMF Fashion, un cadre agréable et une équipe de professionnels.
BT Media is getting better, going further with clearer images. Our channels, My Media Prime, My Movie Africa, French and English, My Music Africa, My Gospel Africa, Real Black 1 and 2 will be upgrading on Emma 17 with frequency 12,333, symbol rate 30,000 on a vertical polarity 17 degrees east. This is to satisfy our consumers who watch our channels for information, entertainment, and education. BT Media Group, building the future. BT Media sera encore plus mieux. Nous irons plus loin avec des images plus claires. Nos chaînes My Media Prime, My Movie Africa, French and English, My Music Africa, My Gospel Africa, Real Black 1 and 2 seront améliorées sur MOS 17, fréquence 12333, symbol rate 32 000, polarité verticale 17 degrés est. Nous satisfaisons toujours nos consommateurs qui regardent toujours nos chaînes. Vos informations, divertissement et éducation. BT Media Group, building the future.
Still in the house and it's lunchtime already. Like I said, we have two beautiful ladies to introduce. I'm going to start with Dolinkonde, who is shining like a sun this morning. Yellow, she's looking amazing in it. Dolly, good morning. Can I say good afternoon? Yes, I can say good afternoon because it's already after midday.
Good afternoon, and it's nice being with you on set, Ali.
How are you doing today?
Very okay. And you?
I'm okay.
I just, like, my mood got a little bit switched because I got up very sound and safe, you know.
Okay.
But when I was coming to work, I encountered a very sad incident which has left me really broken up to now. But thank God for grace and comfort, and I'm getting strong. It was a man who was on his regular routine this morning. He was jogging around the Paco Vita stretch and was badly knocked down by a running car, and he died instantly. That's a sad truth.
Oh my God.
So you can imagine seeing
somebody die,
family beginning their year in grief.
Oh my God.
It was really painful, but it's a promising week, I want to believe. How are you doing? I must ask you.
I'm doing fine, Dolly. Thank you.
Good to know.
You're going to be okay. We pray for that family to receive strength from the Lord, and may God console them this day and for the rest of the days of 2021, which they are starting by losing a loved one. A sad story there, Dolly, indeed. And before I introduce the next lady, let me just give you the number of the project's coordinator of Light Outreach Foundation. That's the team that was here with us a few minutes ago. If you have an orphan or a widow who is really in need of support or help, you can reach out to them. The number is 676-753-132. That is 676-753-132. Call the telephone number and you talk directly with Sir Teke Kobe Philemon, who is here, the project's coordinator. Now we have Nora Kibi in the building, looking gorgeous. I love her hair too. Nora, happy 2021.
Happy 2021, Eileen.
Yeah, I know your health has also been a little bit, behind, but I'm sure that there are brighter days for us.
Brighter days indeed. That we just thank God for the year 2021. Even though, Eileen, some people have really started the year on a very sad note, especially with the recent, attacks
here
in the
and
country,
there.
bloodshed, the separatist fighters here and there. We really just hope that this 2020 will, all of these things will come to an end this year. We don't want to have a replica of 2020. Let 2020 just, go and be gone, done and dusted. It's the beginning of a new year. And Eileen, I think this is the first edition.
The live official of 2021.
And we hope everything is going to be okay. And our fervent viewers, you always, shout out to you. And for those who are, listening to us or viewing us for the first time, you will not regret, following us on this program.
Thank you very much. And let me stay with you, Nora. Looking at the community, what's your take, what's your appraisal of what non-governmental organizations have been doing so far, the role they're playing?
Well, talking about community development, the phrase community development, I think that when we look at this topic and you think of community development, I think it's just an effort, effort and energy galvanized to bring about, to improve life in the community. That's basically what it is. And I think that our NGOs are normally non-governmental organizations, and I think that they are really out there doing a lot for the communities.
Okay.
Take for example, you have I want to look at children and women.
Yes.
Who, especially children who don't go to school, they're out there trying to promote these children's rights. They bring them together. You have NGOs who sponsor children out there in school. They help widows and then try to protect their rights and make them think that they have a reason to live life,
stay alive,
to give them hope. I think that the NGOs have been doing a lot, and even to talking about the sanitary or sanitation, rather, I beg your pardon, sanitation of the environment in the communities. They galvanize, they bring together. They're always like a wake-up call to the community, the people, members of the community, to tidy their environments. There's always what we call community work in some communities where the NGOs come. They hand over. Sometimes they give tools and then bring out people and say, okay, we have to do this and clean our environment. To sometimes we have diseases, and they think that, okay, when we bring out these participants and they help in cleaning the communities where we live, they go a long way to help eradicate some of these diseases, especially where we have large we have areas where there are mosquitoes, and we have to clean the standing water and all of that. We see the participation of these NGOs and other community members that they bring about to come and help.
All right, thank you very much, Nora. And for you, Dolly, what has pricked you so far concerning non-governmental organizations in Cameroon and the role they play in community development?
The rise.
Okay.
The rise. When I talk of the rise here, when you look at, if I have to put this on the map, I want to say that from 2016 and now, we've had a couple of non-governmental organizations out there. I've been following the show, and there are thoughts that most of them could be for personal gains and all of that. But the first thing I know about non-governmental organizations is that they are non-profit.
Majority of them,
So whatever the aim is for their being or existence, it's not an issue to me, in as much as they're out there to promote or advocate for what they are actually pursuing after. And to some extent, you will bear with me, Eileen, that if the Cameroon or if the Anglophone crisis is coming to the limelight at a global landscape, it is thanks also to the efforts made by so many non-governmental organizations that are out there, maybe portraying or fighting or advocating for human rights and all other aspects. We also have, like Madam Nora was talking about there, about non-governmental organizations that are able to promote maybe a particular minority, to bring them to a level of integration and acceptance. We have they have diverse reasons for which they operate. They could be doing that for advocative reasons, or just for operational systems or reasons to promote a particular social cause. And I think my take on that, or my appraisal of them, is that they have actually been doing a good job so far in the country, and thanks to them we have heard so many developmental aspects. If you bear with me, this December, if you watched the news from
they did so much,
so many humanitarian activities out there. And I still want to put my point, like, even if these persons are out there to make their own gains, but touching lives. It's what makes every NGO or non-governmental organization fulfilling at the end of the day. So without much ado, Aline, I just want to put it in one word. I'm appreciating the rise and also the work they've been doing so far.
Amazing, Dolly. Thank you very much. And we take this reaction. It says, wow, this is so great. Watching from Bamenda, more grace, servant of the Most High God, Mrs. Akosa Favor. And she continues to say, kudos, Phil. I'm a witness on. Oh, that is my compassionate husband. He can even give out our last meal. Okay, she's reacting to all what Pastor Akosia David was saying. Thank you very much, ma'am, for watching. Shout out to all the people in Bamenda viewing the program live with us this morning. Nora, it's lunchtime and something is up for brunch. Or is it lunch? What are we having?
It's lunch.
It's lunch. Okay. Tell us.
Today we have stewed spicy snails.
Oh,
what do we have today? Dolly, I can see your face falling because I know you don't eat snails.
Thank you very much.
Really? And she's from the southwest.
Traditional Oroka girl.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You're missing a whole word, Dolly.
Good, because I have a variety of other choices.
Are you sure that they'll be packed with, because snails, the nutrients, snails is a huge.
Where do I want vitamins where I can get them?
It's a huge booster of blood and all that. Though we have vegetables as well, but you need to eat snails.
I have options. Snails, I do consume them as Nora cooks for you.
Okay, let's go there.
I'll make sure you consume as well, Dolly.
Okay, dear, in your dream.
Let's go.
Today I'm going to show you how to make peppered snails. I know some people don't eat snails, and I respect your decision, I respect your culture, but my brother and my sister, if I land your village, oh God, even the snails will know that there is a foreign body that have entered the village, because they're going to be running away from me. You know what? Because you just calm down and make this video. So to make this, you need some coconut oil, you need garlic powder, thyme and curry powder. I have the three of them mixed up in that side of the bowl. You need some seasoning cube, some salt, red bell peppers, 1 scotch bonnet pepper. I have 1 yellow and 1 green pepper. I'm going to use that for garnishing. You need onions. I'm using 1 large onion. I'll cut it in half, blend one and use the other half for garnishing. And of course some snails. So these snails have already been washed, parboiled just a little bit, not completely cooked, and then frozen. So I'll get them out now and then run some hot water over it. Then I'll rinse it out with some salt and water before I start cooking. I'll rinse it out one last time and it's ready. So once it's all nice and clean, place them in a pot of boiling water, add seasoning cube, curry, thyme and garlic powder and let it cook for 15 to 20 minutes until it is cooked. So while that is cooking, clean the bell peppers, onion and scotch bonnet pepper and blend them roughly. Just to show you closely, this is the texture you should be aiming for. It's not completely smooth. So now pour it into a pot, turn your gas to medium and then let the water dry. While that is being taken care of, chop up the peppers and onion for garnishing. If you want this snail really hot, you can add one more scotch bonnet pepper. Now, you could also add one more pepper when parboiling the snails. So at this point, all the water from the bell pepper is completely dried. The snail is cooked. Scoop out the snail and save the water. You will need it later. Up to low heat right now so it doesn't burn. Add one seasoning cube of the water we used in boiling the snail. So add some of you guys. At this point, for real, all my body was shaking. They were just doing me jiggy. It's time to eat in a minute or two. And you guys, this snail is ready and it was so delicious. I had mine with some Mountain Dew. So guys, this one is for you. You made it to the end of this video. Take it.
Wow, that's our yummy snail there. Slow boys, Congo meat. We call it yamangoro. Yeah. They call it snail. Hey, look at the yama of it. Well peppered. I think this lady should receive an award for making it so spicy. Yeah. She did it perfectly. Wow. While I'm a person, they chop snail, so wow, she sends it down. Yeah, wow. It's very nutritious.
I was not eating the snail.
So nutritious.
But I tried it. I think it was
it's nice.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
I fell in love.
Okay, she fell in love with it. Daddy, you need to fall in love with it. All right, let's get more reactions before we do lifestyle. This one says, "Good morning to you all in there. I am called Anna Vanessa Akri. I'm in Kumba and I am from Bamenda. Please help." What was that? Help me. I'm 20. What do you want us to help you with, Vanessa? Can you send? Okay, the NGO, because she's in Kumba. All right, how can we help you? Is it getting you out from there, or do you want sponsorship with school? Are you an orphan? Tell us more about where you want us to help you. Okay, it's going to be amazing for us to have that information. And let me give the floor to Dolly, the microphone to Dolly, to go on and do our lifestyle. The rest of the reactions will be taken after that. Stay with us.
Thanks for being there up to this point. Have you been wondering or thinking about creating your own NGO? If you are in that mindset or you having that thought, then here are some tips on how to go about it. Now, the first thing you should have at the back of your mind is be passionate about something. You must have, first of all, a drive, a cause for which you want to advocate or operate on. Now, when you do this, also be passionate about being a volunteer first before thinking of creating your own NGO, as this will help you gain experience and knowledge in the field of whatever you want to operate on. Then number 2, find the right people. Now, finding the right people or for an NGO, it's never just a thing for 2 persons. You understand that? Yes, find the right persons who will go as well to help you set up this NGO, and you identify them by knowing their vision. If their vision matches with yours, then know that those are the kind of persons you should be engaging into your project. Then number 3, clarify your vision and goals. Once you have had or obtained the experience experience and known what cause you want to advocate on, then focus now on clarifying your vision and goals so that you don't do what we call jam-packed knowledge. Today you're not saying that you're advocating for human rights. Tomorrow you say you want to be this or that. So just have a vision, a direct goal you're trying to achieve. Number 4, the easiest thing and most complicated sometimes, try to register the NGO. NGOs need to reach certain legal requirements which are very much will help you for national and as well as worldwide recognition. It must be legally recognized by the state for which you want to or in which you want to operate the NGO in. Then number 5, conduct local research and network and form a network and then have a plan of action. Now you must have your vision statement, goals and registration before jumping into laying down the groundworks. Yes, that is before you start the activities, maybe going out there for outreach activities. Try to get this done first. Number 6, write a budget and get a sponsorship plan before you go on distributing items like we have on the screen there. Try to have a budget and get a sponsorship plan. Money can be complicated in getting in running an NGO, but one reason why most NGOs fail, you start something and then you can continue is because you lack finance. So make sure you have a stable financial source. Either you are doing it by yourself or you're getting sponsors out there. The number 7, start your projects immediately. You have done the aforementioned. You start your projects already. Do not procrastinate. No, don't do that. Once you have the vision and you have everything set, then go into what you have to do. And very importantly, you must also do a research of the locality for where you want to operate your activities or where you want to carry out your activities. For instance, I'm talking about Cameroon. We have areas which are crisis hit afflicted and all of that, or which are afflicted by the crisis and all of that. So you must put all of that into consideration so that you are not embarrassed by maybe the community. You must do like an introspection of the historical background of the place, know the cultures and the beliefs of certain persons before you go on engaging with your humanitarian activities or whatever you might be advocating for via your NGO. Hope you gained some. Then you can watch a Prime Television. We have the program there, or a rebroadcast at 2 a.m. this night.
Thank you very much, Dolly.
Nice one there. We learn every day on the program. When it's lifestyle time, we are like in the classroom, and you all who want to set up an NGO, you got all the tips there to start one. Why don't take 2021 as a challenging year to begin an NGO with the dream, okay? Without the finances, you can always meet people out there who will support you in one way or the other. Table it down, or pen it down first, then table it down to the quarters that be for financial support and making this dream to grow big. I want to say happy International Thank You Day, and I'll start by saying thank you to you, Gladys Bomotongina, thank you to you, Nora Kebi, and thank you to you, Dolly Gonde. Thank you to Sir Teke Kobi and Pastor David Akosia for making this show what it was, and to the crew behind the camera, thank you very much. Have a splendid Monday. God willing, we will be here for Tuesday's edition of In the House. Keep it locked down on My Media Prime Television. Coming up next is a rebroadcast of Prime Friday's edition. Meet Com Leonard and his political team as the debate.